Good morning from Gig Harbor, Washington, a beautiful area. I live very close to here, and this is a good spot. So we're touring a triplex. It's been on the market almost 40 days. They started at 1.1. They recently dropped to 1 million even. And I thought, man, that's a pretty good deal for a triplex in Gig Harbor if it's as big as I think they are. But now that we're walking it and we're seeing the condition, I'm not even sure a million's gonna get it done. It is on septic, doesn't need to be a deal breaker, but that does limit what we call bedrooms, right? And this is Unit C. We're starting on Unit C first. I'm counting at least 3 bedrooms plus a den plus a loft space. I mean, this could really operate as almost a 4-bed, but you can only list it what it's based on the bedroom rating for the septic system, which is why all 3 of these are 2-bedroom units. But this is spacious. Kitchen's a little small. I'd like to see a kitchen that's a little bit bigger. You go out here to the garage. This was built in the 80s. It's got the old wall heaters that are pretty ugly and nasty looking at this point, but it does have updated mini split ductless for heating and air, which is a nice thing. It has new flooring, it has carpet, half bath upstairs and a full bath downstairs. What I like about all these bedrooms is they're actually pretty good size, and they have walk-in closets in most of them. And there's a lot of this extra like work from home space in the loft or play area for kids or whatever you want to do with it. So Rebecca will give you a tour of this, and then we're going to go show you Unit A. So a bedroom off this extra loft space that's available upstairs. It's nice that you do have an extra half bath up here for people to utilize, but this extra side area is kind of funky. They walk through to another bedroom-ish kind of thing, and so we're not really feeling the vibe of this layout so much, but again, most of your bedrooms are downstairs anyway. Unit A, again, another 2-bed unit. It's listed, and it really is operating more like a true 2-bed, even though there's loft space and things. Again, really the knock on these units is just the size of the kitchens are really kind of small. This one's probably a little bit better than the Unit C. I'm not really digging this cheap granite, different colors now even. I don't know what's going on. It probably was recycled stuff that they used, got cheap. And then the backyard's kind of nice and private. Needs to be power washed, cleaned up a bit. Another garage. Oops. Older mini split in this one, does have a ceiling fan. Updated bathrooms, flooring, again, good sized bedrooms with walk-in closets. We're gonna assume that the middle unit's pretty much the same, but this is big, huge loft space. That would be great for whatever office, again, play area for your kids or something. But there's no doors here, so this isn't really a bedroom. Even though there's a half bath up here, there's no closet on this side for this area as well, but for the most part, you could probably use this as a upstairs bedroom. Now my favorite part, the exterior walk around. Things I'm looking at, look, you gotta keep all this vegetation off the side of the property, the siding, the gutters. I can see it's all staining here. Look, this is not even detached where it's supposed to be. That's one thing we're looking at. I did like that there's metal roofs with leaf guard gutters, which is nice. The little things we see, it recently rained. You wouldn't notice this in the summer typically, but this is evidence that water kind of pools here. Probably dissipates okay, but just something like it, if really, really flooded, maybe it's not draining so well. This unit is occupied and shows great pride in where this tenant lives. He or she likes living there. They have raspberries, they have hummingbird feeders. These are things I like to look for to see, they pretty much feel like this is home to them. And if you could see it's metal roof instead of composite shingles, which is a good thing because everything just kind of sloughs off there. You don't have to worry about degrading of the shingles. There's pumpkin patch. I don't know if they just were filling in a pothole, but that's a question mark. Why would they do that? I have no idea what this giant concrete, I don't know, pagan worshiping temple is, but. And then another gutter close but no cigar, my friends. You're a little short. Just hoping that the water finds its way to the drain. And it's got a nice carport. It feels pretty structurally sound. You do have some rot. We have some rot right here in this trim. That's not the end of the world, but again, pretty soft. And you come back here and it's pretty quiet and private. It's not a bad spot. Come around to the other side of the property. There's some junk, I don't know, somebody's boat. It's filled up with water and stuff. Some firewood. Looks like there was 3 gas lines here that have been disconnected and abandoned. More rot at the bottom of this trim, really bad. Nice dead-end street, quiet part of Gig Harbor. Not a bad opportunity if it could pencil.
All right, so this is the triplex that we just toured yesterday, actually, and it's now at 1 million, but I'm running at 922 with 30% down. I've had some clients quote that they're getting now maybe in the low sixes, which is better. It's under 6.5. And plugging this in now, this one's unique because unit one and unit three are vacant. Now I put in some conservative rents here that I think that you could probably achieve, but we have to count for some vacancy to fill those and some tenant placement fees from the most likely if you're going to hire a property manager. And this is all fully managed, by the way. So you're going to absorb most of that loss, that vacancy loss, and those fees in the first 60 to 90 days. But once you get those filled, it's really going to come out to be probably, if we scroll down, amortized over about, negative $70 a month, about $800 negative for the first year. But I also believe that you could probably bump these 9 to 10% next year, ideally. And then a self-managed, I mean, not a self-managed, a professionally managed property shouldn't have any vacancy that year two because you just placed new tenants and everything. And that other third one's probably going to stay there because we know she loves living there. She's got hummingbird feeders, she's got a garden, she's not going anywhere. Now you're looking at almost $800 a month cash flow, which is over 3% cash on cash, which is actually pretty dang decent. I hate to say for our area, for what I see on a lot of these properties. This is for a professionally managed property, which is going to take a lot of cash flow. If we go back here and do zero and you self-manage this thing, just hire somebody to place the tenants. Now that's going to double though. We'll say 5,000, actually 4,500 because they're going to charge you a full month's rent. That's the difference there. And if we go to the snapshot, now even your DSCR is over 1 because you're self-managing. And this thing's now really going to cash flow. Man, not too bad. This is pretty good with 30% down. If you really want to try and get in with 25, let's see if we can play this with, get that a little bit more attractive for the seller too, because 922 might be pushing. If we go 944, 25% down. Okay, now we're back to about breaking even that first year, but year two, you should be looking at almost 5%. Well, this is better than a money market. This is $1,000 a month positive cash flow. This deal's looking better and better, but there was some, exterior. If you watch the first half of the video, there's some exterior deferred maintenance that is needed. But overall, I think this could be a good long-term play for the right investor that wants to get into Gig Harbor. It is on septic, doesn't need to be a deal breaker. But yeah, it's starting to pencil a little bit better than a lot of stuff that we see. All right, if you have any questions, let me know or shoot a comment. I'm happy to answer anything about how we analyze deals and what we're looking at. Thank you.
'Tis the season. And if you act fast, you get 3 pumpkins.